This is Mahmudul Hassan. I'm a brown, I'm a Muslim, and I am not an American citizen yet.
Hi, I'm Anndrayea. I am female, I am black and Filipino. And what's the other question?
I think it's just where you are. I'm Jacob Hedlund, and I am white and half Mexican. Just recently learned this past year I was half Mexican, so yeah, it's brought a lot of new adventures and a lot of new family members into my life.
Okay, so today we sit here to talk about the affirmative actions that we on campus. Sometimes we don't even know what's going on. People who works beside being a student here, or people who lives outside the campus. Most of the time, we don't know what's going on. The other day there was president sent us a message that texting us what happened in Charlottesville, and we were most of us didn't even read the email. It's just we should get more into this student life and know what's going on, because many of these messages, many of these incidents affects us in our life.
Right. So I think we've all kind of agreed that for all three of us, we kind of don't spend a lot of time on campus, so we don't really know what's going on campus as far as, any racial stuff or any problems that kind of relate to the class. And so we kind of become a little bit a part of the problem, where there's no action being taken and there's no problems being solved because we don't even know what's going on. So
Yeah, because me as a senior, I only come to campus basically for my classes, and when I do come to campus, it's just class and then go home. And when I do get emails from the school, if it doesn't have to do with something that directly involves me, I kind of ignore it. And then after taking GRI, this class, it has opened my eyes to things that actually are going on that people ignore and that I would like to pay more attention to. So after taking this class and seeing things that actually are in front of our faces, and a lot of us don't even realize that they are, and everyone just ignores it, it kind of makes me wonder what I'm missing out on and what the differences I can be making when I'm actually not.
Okay, so some things that we discussed as far as call to action was that, as students who have taken GRI, we can definitely voice to other students how much they should take the class and how much they can be aware by taking the class. I think what we've learned is that through the class, sometimes we can be aware and not say anything, whether we don't care or we just don't have the voice. And I think by discussing the issues and having the class setting that we did, it gave us a voice and it gave us confidence to actually speak up and voice how we felt about the issues. But it also gave a lot of us an opportunity to become aware, because we were able to discuss throughout the whole class. So as for call to action, we've decided that for us, it's important for us to become aware and put ourselves in positions to know what's going on campus and even outside of campus, but also to speak up and have a voice and not be afraid to say something when we see something that is not, right.
So I think a lot of us, we know what's going on, but we're just so numb, and we want to say something, and we do say something, but you can only take it as far as saying something, but then actually doing something about what you want to accomplish with that. So I can say, oh, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that, and then you just never do anything. But there comes to a point where if you want to make a difference, you actually have to do something, and you have to find people that actually want to do something with you, and you can't do it alone. It would be super hard to do it alone. You need to find people that have the same passion as you, and you need to all come together and want to accomplish the same goal.
You have to have a good connection to actually do about something. After the Las Vegas shooting, we all talked about gun rights and gun law enforcement and stuff, but nothing actually happened, because we can only say. We don't have a means to do anything, or we don't have the power to make a change right now. like if we can like come together and enforce change and as a whole like as a whole student body, if we do something that might make a change.
So just voicing and being just bold enough to say something when you know it doesn't even have to be just about race. It could be, we talked about gender, we talked about sexuality, we talked about so many things during the class that we, you know, have, we can have a voice to say something about. And I think that's where call to action really comes in, is just being bold enough to open your mouth and really say something. And then also to recognize when you're not allowing yourself to be open to these issues and open to these problems and in a position to, you know, make yourself aware. Like sometimes when stuff doesn't indirectly affect us, we don't say anything. But I think that's where a problem is too, because just because it doesn't indirectly affect you, it indirectly affects somebody maybe that's I'm close to, or even the student that I'm sitting next to in class every Thursday or every Wednesday or whatever. Like, you know, it just shows that we care and that we can be better.
And I think when it comes to gender, race, and identity, before I even took this class, I wasn't personally even aware of all the different genders or like identities people can identify with. So like me, I wasn't even aware, like informed that there was all these different identities that people can identify with. And I think a lot of people also don't have enough information, and they just are not aware of how people really feel about themselves. And yeah, I just think people need to have more knowledge about how other people, like if you're not just straight or white, like people need to realize that there are different, like there's a lot more differences than just being straight and white or straight and black or just, you know.
Right. If you're given, you know, the opportunity, or you know you have the knowledge to educate somebody on different races or gender or whatever, you know, so that we have an understanding, then I think that you have an obligation to say something and help educate others so that they know, you know, about all the differences.
So GRI has basically, we were just talking about it, has taught us to embrace who you are and don't be scared of who you are, and if you should speak out if you want to speak out, and if you are different, that's okay. And other people will, like, if they don't accept it, that's fine, because you know who you are at heart, and you just want to be the person who you are. And don't look at society as, like, don't make society look at you and, like, point a finger at you and tell you you should be this way.
Right. Just be bold and love who you are, embrace who you are, and then also make sure that you embrace others and who they are and who they like to be, right? That golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated.
In this way, other people also gonna be treated like they want to be treated, and this way we can like make a like really good environment for all racial, sexuality, and color people, from all of them. We can make a good art, like kind of like